Hello, everybody. Welcome to a new series I'm calling Versus Community Highlight, where we highlight things in the you won't guess this versus community. We got a very interesting thing we're doing today. And I have a special guest with me, someone who I've heard does some animation. What's your name again?
Hi guys, my name's Levi. You may know me as Levitation. I make videos for the Death Battle community. I do reaction videos to Death Battle. I am a sprite animator and a 2D animator now of about 8 or 9 years. I love what I do, and I don't plan to ever stop.
His channel will be in the description of this video. He was the main animation director for Smash Bracket, a show
Yes, I
that I
was.
just recently found out existed, and I feel like I had the perfect opportunity to learn something about this instead of just watching it like normal like Death Battle versus show. I had an opportunity to get some inside look and hopefully learn things myself, and he can teach you guys some things about how this show has worked. It's essentially not happening anymore, right? From my understanding, the show's over, or is there more coming out for it?
Yeah, yeah. Well, let me give a let's let me go into what Smash Bracket is
Yeah,
or
yeah, yeah.
was rather. So Smash Bracket was a really amazing collaborative versus community project run by Inkthinks. He was our main guy that was doing everything, and I think it ran for maybe 2.5, 3 years. Don't quote me on that. You probably have the numbers somewhere, but um, it it was a big versus show that we treated sort of as a versus show and also sort of as like a cumulative story. Like over time, all of these characters that we're fighting, this entire Smash roster, who would win canonically if you power scaled every character in the Smash roster. But also, there's a huge story going on behind the scenes, and there's this big overwhelming force that's actually put all these characters into this world together and is making them fight, is making them hostile towards each other. And they don't know what it is until they get to the end. And again, bracket ran from like I think it started in 2021. I believe it ended in 2023. It was one of the best jobs I've ever had being their animation director. I owe such a debt of gratitude to Inkthinks and the team, and it was so much fun. And I'm just so happy to like revisit that side of my life today and kind of talk about what made it work and maybe what didn't work about it.
I'm excited to see it too. Just looking at this little screenshot. To be fair, so this is called blind reaction. The only thing I've seen of Smash Bracket is the Pit versus Samus animation. I didn't watch the analysis or anything like that. I don't know anything like that. I just watched the animation, so I already know that there's some cool 3D. Whoever you guys got are awesome. They look really good. Um, my main question is: this was always a versus show that had an ending in my eyes. You're trying to find who is the strongest in this overarching story. So at any point did you guys ever discuss like when the ending should be, or like even like since the begin actually I'll ask that after. So first that would be my first question is, did you guys ever think like, oh, maybe we should end soon, or like, oh, we should ramp up towards this kind of ending?
It was. I think it was more so that Bracket is a story that is very much a fluid story. It's very much a story that, as it goes, as it continues, it builds and it evolves, and characters start winning and characters start losing. Some characters die, some characters are spared, and as this story goes on and as these versus battles keep happening, all of this is canon to the main story, but as it builds, the story changes. I mean, shit. Whoops. Yeah. Oh, sorry. I can't swear.
You
You could
could
cut that
swear.
out.
What?
Yeah. I can. I can. Shit. Like if we did Ganon versus Sephiroth and Ganondorf won that fight and he just killed Sephiroth, that doesn't mean the story stops. It just means that Ganondorf is alive in that world now and he's still wreaking havoc and he's still trying to control everything, but Sephiroth is no more and he can't wreak havoc anymore. And it's just like we don't know exactly how it would have ended. We don't know exactly who would have won. We had some ideas, we had some contenders, and we had like maybe a rough idea of like maybe a top five of who probably could have done it. But It was never something that we planned way too far in advance for, because even if we did, our plans would probably get like the rug pulled out from underneath them.
Okay. I was going to ask, was this always the idea? Was it always intended to be this overarching story um, where all these universes colliding, people get taken out, whatever, right? Has it always been
Yeah,
like that from the beginning?
it always was. It, from what I understand, the conception of the idea, when Ink had the idea first, that was back when he was making videos on his old channel, which was very much not a power scaling channel at all. It wasn't a versus community channel. It was just, let's talk about video games. He, I believe, commissioned like one sprite animation that sort of led into it was sort of the catalyst to, like, oh, I want to make more of these. I want to make more of these animated fights. But like, how can we up the ante here? I mean, we don't want to just be another versus show. How can we make it unique and set that apart from each other? That was when it was. He was like, I'm going to calculate. I'm going to hire a research team, and I'm going to figure out who the strongest character in all of Super Smash Bros. Ultimate is. All of the roster, everything that's canon is taken into account, or at least looked at, and we figure out who actually would win if they were dumped into the same universe. Um, I believe that was always the idea from conception, and it built over time. We sort of we sort of let the idea evolve and become its own thing over time. But I definitely know that was always the main idea.
Interesting. Here's a third question. This one's very, very simple. This one, you're not going to need much explanation. Why would you put the who would win canonically before the Link versus Ridley?
I
Do you
believe
think it
that's
would have
just
been more
how
clickable the other way around?
you'd think so, and I believe because Ink thinks is a big nerd. He's a big, big nerd. He'll say that to you. He'll tell you that to your face. He's a big dork, and he does so much research on analytics and on what's going to get clicks and what's going to get views. And had several times where I believe we would upload it with the names of the characters first and then Smash Bracket, sort of like how Death Battle would do.
Mm-hmm.
We would upload the names of the characters first, and then we would put Smash Bracket after it. And then he, for some reason, at one point started putting these titles, and it just stuck, and people started clicking on those more. And we updated our thumbnail system, and people started clicking on those more because of that. I think it really is just something he studied and figured out worked better.
You were the animation director. I know we should get to episode one. I'm just curious about a few things before we start.
No, that's fair.
Um,
That's fair.
you were the animation director for the show. This would include, obviously, the 3D animation. And I've seen some the behind the stuff you've shown me. I don't think any of that was private, where you would like do the posing or whatever. Did you ever?
No.
Did you ever have to like? I don't know how to say this. Like, so when it's 2D and people are struggling, spray art. You can hop in there. You can be like, let me see what you got. You can help out. I know you've done that before. You finish up scenes when you need to and stuff like that. What do you do when it's 3D? And, like, to my knowledge, you don't know how to 3D animate. Do you just try to communicate the best you can your ideas? Or do you have basic knowledge that will, like, help the animators see your vision? Or is it kind
So
of like just those videos that I saw where you were doing the Palutena pose?
yeah, that's a good example of like something that I would do to help further convey how something in 3D could or should work. Because yes, I was the animation director. That doesn't necessarily mean that I know how to animate in every style.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not Luis Cruz. I don't claim to be, and as much as I respect him as the lead animator of Death Battle, like that's not me. I can't hold a candle to him. He's a legend. I am Levi. So with that though, I would kind of have to get creative. I would like take pictures of myself. I would film videos of myself as like reference to give to the 3D animators. And another thing that's really great about Bracket was we had like 3 or 4 main 3D animators that if they were having trouble, for one thing, I could give my advice as best I knew how, even though I couldn't like hop into Blender and like help show them. Also, there were other experienced 3D animators that were willing to give them other perspectives. And we had like a team of, like I said, 3 or 4 that were just willing to lend an ear and to see. And help give criticism if something looked wrong, and I think I think it helped us get pretty far, um, even if I couldn't do everything myself like that.
That's very interesting stuff. Maybe I'm learning from myself. Maybe I'm asking these questions with an agenda. We'll find out later. Um,
Yeah.
I say let's get into it. Levi has picked 3 different episodes that he says are like my quintessential 3 that I should see.
These
Um,
are these are the episodes I would say that are like the most bracket that you'll find out there. There are some more that like maybe I like more than this one that are like my favorites more than these 3, but these are just like a good showing of what bracket is. It shows some good story elements and it shows like different styles of animation. They're a lot of fun.
and we're gonna get right into it. Although I will say, picking your favorite out of these must be like picking your favorite baby. You know what I
Oh
mean?
yeah,
You're
no, I can't.
so
I
involved with
couldn't.
all of these.
I can't pick my favorite bracket episode. It's really really tough. I have my black sheep that I don't necessarily like going back to and seeing as much as others. But I picking a favorite is a really tough one. But these 3 definitely show what makes bracket.
All right, we're about to start this. I don't need a countdown. I was about to count down. We don't need one.
Who would win in a fight between Link from Legend of Zelda and Ridley from
Is this Ink talking right now?
This is Smash.
Yeah.
This is
Oh,
Ink.
never mind.
Super Smash Bros. Into a
This is
giant
Ink. I'm told he thinks.
Ooh. That's
I'm
hilarious,
glad you thought that was funny. I didn't think that was funny.
bro. I'm a laughy guy. I love everything.
Updated research and new
Well, that's
information.
fair.
Let's get into it.
So this
So
was
yeah,
your recent
this was
episode
originally
1.
animated in season 0. This was episode 1. But we went back and redid it because we all, like as a team, were collectively not happy with just the episode as a whole. We were like, okay, that needs to be redone and reworked. It wasn't because it was badly animated or whatever. It was more so just like we needed to redo this because we had grown so much by then that the 1 minute sprite animation that Ink commissioned from King Ike, even King Ike himself was like, yeah, guys, go back and redo that because like that deserves. That's the first episode of Bracket. That deserves a lot more than what it got.
I really liked. So I'm more of a writer than an animator. I really liked the way he did, how he led into the Legend of Link without it sounding cringe. It was very
sure.
smart.
And I believe this is an episode that Ink edited all by himself. So like once the silly stuff starts happening, I mean you're just gonna have to roll with it because he puts silly stuff in these a lot.
Yeah. Who's Ron Link? Oh, where he got the
Guys,
footage,
don't know.
probably.
I'm sure that's just where he pulled the footage from.
Good, credit people. I need to do that better myself.
Me too, man. Me too.
If you don't hand animate everything you do.
Some friendly artists mentioned on my Kyle versus Simone video that I made a while back. I know this is a tangent. They mentioned, hey, could you credit us for the art you used? And I was like, yes, I'm so sorry. You guys are very talented.
The thing is, like, it really does just like go between like it's just something that you can easily miss.
Oh yeah, for sure. And especially like on videos with quick turnarounds like Bracket or like a really like a reaction video you have to get out the same day. Like videos with quick turnarounds it's really easy to miss, but definitely, yeah, I need to get better about it too. But yeah,
He's very well spoken.
He is very well spoken. He's very articulate, very well spoken, and he again, he was just a joy to work with. I never had a problem working with this guy.
Not saying anything against other versus shows, but you can tell that some people are like maybe they can't read the script in like a natural way. This sounds like natural. It sounds like he's like eager to let us know about all this, if that makes any sense.
What's great about Ink too is that this isn't his first rodeo. This isn't his first YouTube channel. He had a whole channel before this, a whole channel, like I said, where he just talked about video games. And he recorded so much voiceover that like this is probably his 80th time around the block doing something like this. So he's no stranger to this stuff, and that's I think where it comes in, where it's well spoken. One thing though that I always kind of gunned for on Bracket was I was curious why he never wanted to have a co-host. But usually there isn't a co-host in these videos. I co-hosted a couple of videos. I think a friend of ours, a Nerdimus, who was he was on the research team and the writing team, or both. He helped co-host one episode, but like most of the time it was just Ink. He said that it made him feel better to do it by himself.
I can kind of understand that. A lot of people, again, I don't know Ink. I've never spoken to him, but a lot of people who are confident, right, in their own abilities, struggle letting other people have that kind of spotlight. And again, I can tell you right now, he sounds very confident. He sounds very very spoken.
Like I said, he had a successful Versus show, for many parts. So like,
which is rare.
There's a reason, yeah, for sure. There's a reason. There's a reason it's popular, and I guess it worked for people. Just the voiceover, the way we did the animation, something about this really worked.
I'm excited to see what it is. I will say, I told you before this, and I'm fine saying this on recording, that if I like this enough, I would do a full retrospective on the series, and I might. Maybe I won't focus on the analyses per se, or maybe I can analyze how they analyze different characters differently between episodes for the returners. But trying to follow the story and all the little things and nuances that I'm sure there are, I think that would be very exciting.
For sure, yeah.
It's been a while since I've worked on a video, even like this, that I'm really into. You know what I mean?
Yeah, for sure. No, yeah, I'm right with you there. It's been a while since I've seen these 3 episodes, so I'm kind of remembering a lot of this as I'm seeing it from 2-3 years ago now. It's wild to see again.
Did you watch these as they come out, or were you kind of more like, oh, I worked on it, I know, I've seen it a million times at this point?
No, I was there in every live stream. Every time we would stream it on YouTube and we would have the instant premiere, I would always be there in the chat with people. I loved our community so much. It was always so much fun interacting with them.
Who edited this?
Ink.
Oh my god.
Yep. He's a good editor.
There's some little hiccupy things here and there where it's a low pixely frame that I would have cleaned up a little bit.
What's nuts is he would
everything
do
looks
this
good.
Sometimes he would be like, okay, I'm gonna get this analysis done by tonight, and then he would text us at 7 a.m. the next morning and said, I got it done last night, and the implication was that he just worked on it all night and then just got it done. He just buckled in.
Was he making money on this?
Nope. It never got to the point to where he could actually make a sustainable income off of it. He though he did have his own source of income that he was able to pour into it.
I was gonna say, with me having a career outside of this, I think the most I would ask for is to let's try to break even. But if you don't have that kind of thing to back up on, I can understand that it's a little rough if you're just not making any money. Not to say I knew he didn't have a job before this. I don't know if he did or not, but still.
Yeah. He had a job.
Okay.
He had a job. He was a saver. He was like I said, he's a big nerd. He always he was really diligent about keeping the books and everything. Him and his main not assistant, accountant, worked on it together. They took care of the books.
Let me tell you guys from experience, this stuff ain't cheap.
No, it isn't.
And I think that's probably a downfall of a lot of series, is that they don't understand how expensive
it gets really expensive really fast. You have to really be diligent about your budget, and it's the unfortunate truth of Versus shows. You're going to spend a ton of money.
You also got to be a little humble and realize, hey, maybe all these plans, maybe I should slow it down. Maybe instead of trying to do 2 episodes a month or 1 episode a month, let's build up to that.
For sure. It's a scary thing to have way too much in your pipeline that you just can't get done because you just don't have enough hands or any factor. But like I said, I'm really glad that the bracket lasted as long as it did, and I'm glad that we were able to go. Like, we had a good run. We had a really great run.
It seems like he did a lot of work that saved him a lot of money. He did the editing. He did the voices himself. I'm sure he would probably have paid co-hosts. It could that could also be why he hosted it by himself, so he could save a little money on stuff he deemed more important.
Yeah, it's possible. He had a couple of people that were full time, but everybody else was contract. So like he would get bills, he would get invoices, and he would have to like take care of these things. So
Were you full time? I'm kidding.
What's that?
I said, were you full time? I'm just kidding.
I was.
How would you not be?
For sure, yeah. I was contract for a while, and then I got offered to go full time, and I was just like immediately like, yeah, I will take on more work. I will take on more responsibilities. This is great. I love this.
That is very interesting way of calculating speed. I don't know if I would do it that way.
Hate bracket scaling. You're gonna hate people. I will be. It is not an uncommon opinion at all that brackets research was bad, and I put air quotes around that because I don't think our research was bad. I just think it was extremely subjective. And the reason why I know that it wasn't bad is because I saw the research team busting their asses every day to make sure that they calced these things in the way that our rule set allowed. The main thing about bracket was that it has a totally different rule set than Death Battle, and a lot of people forget that. A lot of people forget that we do not calc things the same way Death Battle does. But it definitely led to people like saying, "Oh yeah, your research is dog shit," and it's just like we just kind of brush those off.
I mean, at a certain point, you have to. One thing that Versus community doesn't quite understand is that this stuff is subjective. I've seen so many people look at the same scene. Dude, it would be crazy if it was Villager versus Link. But it's crazy how two people can look at the same scene and be like, okay, this feat is 13 megatons of TNT, and then the other guy's like 78 megatons of TNT, just based on their own calculations, how they came to their conclusions. This stuff isn't real. There's no way to calc it.
I mean, it's just people take versus debating way too seriously, in my opinion, and I love it. I mean, it keeps me employed half the time. I love the versus community, but I also hate the versus community, and I think that it's that they deal with issues in silly ways a lot of the time. But that's just because I'm not a power scaler. I'm an animator. You know, I like to make cool shit. I don't necessarily like calculations.
I understand that. When you know all the drama with Kara X, and what I think is funny with that whole matchup is like people talk bad about it all the time, right? Like, oh, it's dog shit, whatever. But two of the animators working on it, when I gave them the list of all the episodes we're doing, two of them were like, we want that one for sure, right? And then when JPVS, when I was talking to him, when I sent him the list, he was like, that's the one I want to do. Like, in terms of like a crossover, people got to understand that like the debate side and the calc side, yes, maybe some battles are bad in terms of that, but there's always more to it that excites animators, you know, excites musicians and stuff like that. It's not always one side, like, oh, they don't have a laundry list of connections, so it's bad. You know what I mean?
You sound like a Wyatt's Perfect video waiting to happen.
How am I not on there yet? I'm kidding. I'm absolutely
maybe
kidding.
Maybe we can work something out.
I don't know if we'd have any matchups that we agree on.
We don't have any matchups that we like in common. We haven't.
Yeah. Oh, I can already tell you. Oh, I was gonna say before, I really appreciate the Link's crossbow training footage he added in here. I love that game.
Oh yeah, he always, dude. He was always so, like, he always wanted to include like the most obscure things. If not in the analysis, he would like want to put them in the fight. He was like, at one point for Mario versus Mega Man, he was just like, "Hey, so did you guys know that there was this really obscure ad in Japan where Mega Man like collaborated with Red Bull and then he had a Red Bull form, and then Origin sprited the Red Bull form of Mega Man and tried putting it in the fight, and even Ink was like, I think this is a little too far. We might have to cut this out."
This is ridiculous. I know that newspapers are boring visuals, but trust me when I say you do not want to see other footage of critical accidents. Radiation is horrifying.
Right.
You wouldn't
It's
be able
true.
to put this up if you put up actual offensive radioactive damage.
Yeah, that's how this works. But what he's this is a point of contingency for the matchup itself. For like anytime we would use Dark Samus or Samus, Phazon was something that the research team had so much trouble with, like figuring out how it worked. Just this fictional radiation material from what the hell is Samus from? Metroid.
Oh my god, dude.
This fictional radiation material from Metroid. They had so much trouble figuring out like the bounds of it and how far it would go and what it would destroy, what it couldn't destroy, what was durable enough to survive it, and it just like I remember them like losing nights of sleep over this shit.
Well, at the very least, you can assume that it should deteriorate anyone that doesn't have a special resistance to it, because Samus herself needed a special resistance to it to not get fucked by it, you know what I mean?
Sure, for sure. But the problem was that figuring out those resistances was just like, oh, well, does Sephiroth resist it? I don't know. He might. Does the and then it was just like, does Joker? I don't know, Joker. And it was just like, buddy, to a certain point, I feel like characters are powerful enough to just say no to stuff like this. But again, we gotta bring ourselves back. Bracket's rule set is not death battles, so it's not just muscling through shit that you've been shown to be more durable in. If it's a really, really specific win condition, chances are it could fucking jip you in bracket.
Yeah.
If you have a really specific win condition, it comes into play with bracket.
What I find interesting about this style, right, is that you can have a trifecta of 3 different characters that would fight each other. Like, let's say Ridley, I don't know who wins, obviously, but let's say Ridley beats Link. And then Ness beats Ridley. That wouldn't necessarily mean Ness beats Link. There could be something Link has that could go against all of Ness's arsenal and net of the win, even if he's not statted or whatever.
Exactly. There are so many factors that went into it that to a point to where I almost don't feel comfortable like explaining any of bracket's rules, because even I several times was just like, guys, are we sure this makes sense? And they said, with our rule set, Levi, yes it does. Move the pixels.
You did a 3D Robin versus Rosalina?
We did. Yeah, Geno World took care of that, and it turned out pretty good.
Not in the community, by the way. Found that recently.
Oh yeah, no, people didn't. We gave the win to the wrong character supposedly.
All right, let's see. I'm excited for this animation.
Yeah, be as honest as you want to. This is Cheetomon. He's a good friend of mine, and we loved working with him. He was so cool.
Well, first off, he has the same issue Devil Artemis has with normal movements. Meaning the characters are a little floaty when they're just moving, like walking a little bit, if that makes sense. But when it's running, you will never notice it. It's only when they're moving slowly.
You'll never notice it until you do. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, if this becomes a clowning on brackets animation sets, I'm gonna look like an ass.
No, I promise you, this is already better than 90% of the 3D animations I see from people. No offense to people, obviously.
No, that's fair. Cheetomon is like...
Ooh, did I see a Deku mask on him? Ooh.
You might have.
But no way you just fucking killed that horse. I'm mad.
Oh, there's no way. Yeah, I don't know. I'm sure it's fine. It cut away, so we didn't see it, so it didn't happen.
Horse just talks. Thank God it missed. Did you have voices for the characters, like Link, or do you just use voice clips from game?
It's interesting you ask that. What do you think?
I think it's new. I don't recognize the grunts.
Okay. Well, let's see if you pick up on anything as it continues.
Is that you? Haha, it's
It
you.
is me. It is me. Yeah, I've
I'm a
Link.
huge Legend of Zelda fan, so I immediately was like, that doesn't sound like one I know. That's cute.
There you go. And recall, all of our scores were original. Everything was original.
Who do you have
I
do your
believe
scores for
Sky-
bracket?
Sky to GM Hilda now.
That's so cute, though. Who scripted the fights?
Ink and the writing team. We had a writing team that took care of a lot of these too, and they always tried to go for like the most unique interactions as they could.
Okay, thank you for giving him a voice. He talks in the comics, but
He
not
talked
in
a
the...
lot. Yeah,
Yeah.
They said that as well. They were just like, yeah, he talks all the time.
Yeah, in the manga, I'm also a huge Metroid fan, by the way. In the manga, he talks a lot of shit and leaves Samus alive just to kind of troll her. That's the only thing I could think of.
Oh yeah, he's a huge hater.
Aww.
There's all kinds of shit in here. Like, watch this. This is very Smash Bracket.
The subtitle said, "Are you playing
No,
your own
you ain't seen nothing
dudes?"
yet. There's gonna be something that happens. You're gonna know this is a bracket moment. We haven't discussed bracket moments yet, but a bracket moment is coming up soon.
Oh, so someone stole his Loftwing.
Yeah.
Did that happen in a previous fight, maybe?
Yeah, it would have been like a story mode thing. Here it comes.
Okay. I think is that a bracket moment? Because I think I understand what that means.
Rod. There's the bracket moment.
Oh, did that happen in another fight?
No, that's just a fucking train that Link summoned.
Why was Kirby on it?
Because Toon Link is lumped in.
This animation looks good.
How'd you like it? Again, Cheetamon was just like, one thing, he was really fast too. He took care of these really fast, and he was always really great with revisions, and he always took care of business. It was really fun.
If I see that Loftwing splurt, I'm gonna be so mad. What item is that? Oh.
It's the little wind thingy.
Hyrule Warriors, baby!
Androbos's Fury.
Yeah, they're really trying to put... Oh, is that the Giant's Mask? Yeah.
Yes, sir. It's been a while since I've seen this. This is fun.
Identify weaknesses, take care of them? What the fuck's the Deku Mask gonna do?
Nothing.
Is he gonna put on the mask? That'd be crazy. Oh, no. Okay. That doesn't even sound like you. I guess that's voice acting. Oh, he's putting on the mask.
Yeah, he puts the mask on, dude. We don't show shit and then not deliver. We don't show a gun and then not let it shoot. No, yeah, he's just... Silly line.
Oh, he got hit. That sucks.
Oh yeah, he's getting like the Phazon. Phazon's getting to him there.
Aww.
So like Phazon affects all living beings, like including fairies. So even if it tries to heal him.
You have one.
I'm here, Link. Stand and show this creature the courage that makes you my hero.
But
Imagine
Phazon
he
can't
still
kill
dies.
spirits.
Oh, I forgot about Fierce Deity. Oh my god! My Loftwing, no.
I mean, Link fighting dragons is just a thing he does. I mean, he's not...
Are you saying that this is what Link does every day?
I would say that Link does this every day.
I have no idea what he said.
Honestly, I don't either. It's been a while.
No fucking way.
Yeah, buddy. This is what he does every
day. That's crazy. That's very unique. Oh god, I gotta step up my game.
It is.
There you go.
The scripts were always really creative. They were always a lot of fun to work on. If it was an animator working on it, if I was working on one, it was always crazy to see what the writing team came up with, because these interactions were so unique. You just don't see stuff like this in other versus shows most of the time. You don't see like a fucking train falling from the sky in a battle, including Link. It's really silly, but that's what Bracket is.
I gotta step up my game, dude.
Ridley, on the other hand, on a Chateau Romani, Ridley wouldn't be strong enough to hit past Link's durability.
Chateau Romani mentioned 10 out of 10. Link still lost in the end. The Loftwing and the opponent are dead.
No, yeah, and see, we had like a whole story mode planned after this. Like, oh man, I was so sad that this story mode didn't get to happen, because it was like one of my favorite fucking like side quest things in Bracket. But we had a whole episode of story mode, like a series planned, where Samus shows up after Link kills Ridley and is just like, "You killed him? Thank you." And then they travel together, and they're like partners throughout the rest of Bracket.
That's
and
cute,
it was just
though.
Samus and Link like going around. Like Link goes to space for the first time, and he's just like looking up at space because he's never seen that shit before. It was so cool. We had a few episodes scripted out.
Yeah, literally just transmute him and then he's dead. That makes sense. Or not dead, per se, but transmute him and his natural resistances are gone.
Yeah, exactly. Well, and honestly, if there's a point in any of these fights where you're just like, now this scaling's dog shit, for one thing, you're not alone. A lot of people think that, and for another thing, I thought that too a few times, but I always just kind of diverted to the research team. I was like, look, I'm not the one who stayed up for like 15 hours researching these characters for 3 nights in a week.
Your job is animation.
Still, yeah, my job is animation. I get to make stuff blow up, and I like doing it, so I'm good with that.
Ooh. Ken versus Terry is what I'm gonna guess, or Incineroar. Never mind. Versus Wolf? Oh, I'm so sorry, Wolf. Oh, God.
You're so sorry, Wolf. You don't know. Apparently, you don't know how we scale Star Fox characters.
Did you animate for this one at all? Okay, so that last one was 2022.
Yeah. So
this one was 1 year ago.
So I haven't watched Plantamar in a while. I have not watched Olimar versus Piranha Plant in a while, but I do have to preface this. I was lead animator for this one. A lot of the animation that you see is mine. A lot of the sprite animation you see is mine. The sprites were really limited, though. So I'm not making excuses for it, because I am still fucking proud of this animation. I think it's really funny. I think it's very Bracket. But, like, this doesn't scratch the surface of, like, the amount that I or other sprite animators can and should be able to do with sprites. Just because really limited sprite sheets, we didn't feel the need to make our own sprites for it. We worked with what was available, and this is how it turned out. But I wanted to play this one. I wanted this one to play because, do you know how big Olimar is?
Isn't he like, he's smaller than a penny?
He's like the size of a fucking ant.
Mm-hmm.
And he has like thousands and thousands of Pikmin, and they're fighting one single fucking Piranha Plant.
Oh, I see the vision now. I was actually going to ask why this one.
The whole fucking point of this is that they're both characters that are like, you could find in your garden, but which one prevails if they were to ever actually meet? Like, can Olimar take down this fucking Goliath of a Piranha Plant?
It sucks that now we'll never get the age-old question after the last episode. We'll never get the age-old question of Olimar versus Ridley. It's so sad.
We'll never know. We'll never know. But yeah, I love this episode. This episode's really dear. It's on my banner. It's on my channel banner still. But I love this one. It's very, very silly. It's very, very bracket. I hope you like it.
I will say, because this could be very informative to people watching, and maybe me myself if I have a misunderstanding. What is the difference between being an animator and what is the job of a lead animator on top of that?
It can differ. It can vary. Most of the time when I say lead, and I would say, let me preface that too with a lot of people have different connotations of what that means. Lead animator on one show could just mean I'm the animation director. I oversee the process of animation. Lead animator could also just mean, like, if you're going lead animator of an episode, that could just mean I'm overseeing the process of this specific episode. For me, I did a majority of this episode. I sprite animated most of what you see here, except for like the ending, and basically it just means I did most of it, and that I intended to do most of it, if not all of it. And then we outsourced a few other things to some of our contract guys that could just like to alleviate the work a little bit. It was getting close to the deadline.
That makes sense. I was just curious about that one little thing. We can start.
For sure. Go ahead.
Who would win in a fight between Captain Olimar and his Pikmin and a Piranha Plant? I'm Ink, and this is Smash Bracket. The show
That's what he looks like?
video game characters
That's
where
him.
we assign
Ooh, who's Ness fighting there?
right into things with our very
Red.
first fighter, Captain
Oh. That's
Red
nice.
with all of his Pokemon.
Planet Hocotate with his
All 6 of them.
father and his son.
Red versus Ness is fucking awesome. That's like, I'm pretty sure that's the first episode that like Origin worked on and was like really, really excited about and did like a whole lot for. That one came together really, really well.
I know that the closed captions aren't perfect, but with us talking, it helps.
For sure, yeah. Oh, dude, I've got a one-track mind, so it's hard for me to keep track with it and everything and talk at the same time. I'm just yapping though. That's what I do best.
It's gonna be hard to actually cut this down because we've been talking the whole time.
Buddy, I told you I don't envy you.
It's okay. If there's very little edits because we're just having a good time, then, you know, maybe people will like just seeing us have a good time.
I mean, you could treat it like a podcast if you wanted to.
Could. Just, or like a blind reaction. Those are popular on YouTube, I think. It's interesting that this is later. Is this Ink editing this one?
Yes, Ink did this one too.
I feel like the other one had better editing.
Well,
If I were to guess, this one would come first, and then the other one come later. But
well, there is more source material to pull from Lincoln Ridley, and higher quality stuff to pull from as well.
Was this before the HD versions?
Pardon?
Was this before the HD versions of the game came out?
It might have been. I'd have to look at the timeline for that.
This is 2023. I don't know when the remix came out, so I don't know why that matters.
Yeah, me neither. There he is. There it is. There's the size comparison.
It's interesting that they're bringing up the contender in the analyses.
Yeah. That happens every once in a while. And most of the time, I think he just did that little as like a bit. It's just like kind of leading up to like, oh yeah, you see why this works? It's because Olimar's tiny. He has thousands of Pikmin, but like, can he take out a single Piranha Plant?
Especially Smash's Piranha Plant, that'd be crazy.
Yeah.
The
Well,
one that could contend with Joker.
well, yeah. It's still the canonical versions like at a baseline. So from the games, we don't take Smash as canon. We take all of the games and all that into account and scale them that way. So all of Piranha Plant's abilities from all of the games Piranha Plant has been in.
Oh, I didn't think
basically
about
applied.
that. I was gonna say, I figured you didn't use Smash because then everyone scales to each other and that'd be really boring.
Yeah, everybody scales to each other and nobody wins. It'd be silly.
Yeah. You can store 10,000 in that game? Jesus. So wait, you multiply that by the amount of Pikmin there are, like the amount of colors. How many Pikmin is that?
Enough.
I think that's like 60,000. Oh, 70,000. Good old Gene Wilder.
Very silly. I'm telling you, he just puts bits in there. He just puts bits in there for no reason. default ass premiere background.
This screen upgraded since the last one.
Yep. Yep. The editing process, the graphics at least, those upgraded quite a bit throughout the thing, and Ink made all these graphics from what I understand.
Superluminal speeds, blasting apart stars while using his trusty massage machine. Anyway,
that's crazy.
Yep.
Yeah, I was gonna say technically Piranha Plant is just the original one, right?
Piranha Plant is just composite. It's just every Piranha Plant got factored in. You know, like not like Petey. Like Petey from Mario Sunshine or anything like that would be different because that's an actual character. But any Piranha Plant that Mario could encounter, like standard enemy, anything they could have done, this Piranha Plant can do.
It's
insane.
Quite
scary. It's quite scary.
That'd be the hardest Mario boss. What game is this?
Yeah. Don't know.
Oh, tennis. Yeah, that's it. They can only shatter crystal.
That's all Yoshi can.
To be fair, I don't agree with Death Battle's estimation of putting him star level because of that constellation feat, but
because of the gag. Yeah, I mean, like, I'm not like a power scaler, so I don't have a super firm opinion on it. Like, I guess they can scale it if they want to that way, but I mean, it feels really outliery to go that route.
I recognize this footage. Why the fuck did? What is that?
Don't know. He would find weird stuff to put in there, man. I'm telling you. When you leave him alone with his thoughts, he will meme around.
I have never seen that in my life.
Every Piranha Plant gets composited. You just gotta remember every one of them. Yeah, it really could have, but nobody came through. No, I'm kidding. That's not true.
Bastards.
We had a great community. We had a great community that supported us, you know, at like every beck and call. But, man, money goes fast.
So, understandably, things you could do for free, right? I'm trying to see if he falls into a beginner's trap. It doesn't look like it.
A what?
So there's a very big beginner's trap in YouTube where if you upload long form content, at least nowadays, and you upload a shorter form video, it can actually affect your entire channel because it's saying your watch time is less because that video is not as long. So hence why Death Battle stopped putting the fight onlys on their channel because it was harming their metrics because they just weren't long videos.
Yeah.
So I see a lot of YouTubers get fucked like that.
It's going against the algorithm.
Yeah. It's also why I wanted to put my fight only somewhere else.
Yeah, for sure.
So this is a custom song?
Yep.
That's nice.
It's so very silly.
Was the effects work you? Or is that Vizpost?
Yeah. Yeah, all this was me.
I don't think I know the difference between having effects done at Vizpost and effects that are done by the animators.
Yeah, we can talk about it at some point.
Yeah. Yeah, we don't need to clarify that here. That's a little too in the weeds. Get it? Did you also voice the Pikmin? No, I'm kidding. That sounds like it's from the game.
Yeah, that's from the game. This script was so silly. Little bombs. They're trying fucking everything. I love that it's just like a huge army fight, but it's just against one big thing that isn't really that big, but everything else is so tiny.
To be fair, with the scaling, it should be... How does that work? Okay. Oh,
He just
okay.
really cool. Really cool.
Oh. Why is this the most dramatic music I've ever heard in my life?
Just wait till the fucking Avengers theme kicks in, buddy.
Sora. Would
This
they
is fucking war. This
would
is
they-
fucking war.
would they bleed? They're technically.
Yeah, the blood's there for dramatic effect.
I understand. It's kind of like the watermelons in Steven versus Star, making it look like blood.
Yeah.
Dude, he got a Sonic
this-
run there.
Yeah,
What?
this is William's animation, I think. William has taken over now.
Aw, poor guy.
Stupid. He got his gun.
That was the thing for the Mario and Luigi game they showed.
Yes. Yeah, the gun from the Mario and Luigi game.
Oh, is that the side of the pipe?
Here comes Red Times' animation. This is one of the coolest parts of the fight. IMO.
How did he do that?
Very careful. It's so very silly.
Is he farting? Oh my god.
Yeah. It's the fart noises. It's canon. Sorry, bro. It had to be put in there.
One other thing this benefits from is not having a really short animation.
Yeah.
A lot of people only do like a minute and a half, 2 minutes sometimes.
For sure, yeah. One thing too is that the animators always got to be creative, you know, with their parts if they wanted to. They got to take liberties if they wanted to, and it always resulted in a really fun product.
No. Poor Olimar.
Yeah. We wanted him to win so bad. Like I pleaded with the research team. I was like, is there any way you can scale this guy? I was like, it's like, give him like 1 million Pikmin, and they were just like, even if you gave him that, the Piranha Plant's just too cracked.
I do agree, to be fair.
Oh yeah, I agree too. It's just that it's like an inevitability. Like it's looming. It's just like, oh, I know that it can't go this way, but I really wanted to win. Like you root for Olimar the entire time just because of the scale of the Piranha Plant, and it's so silly that you're like invested in it, but you kind of are.
Not only was Plant 25,500 times faster than him,
That's crazy.
I mean, every like movement he takes, it's just like so much faster.
never had to face other best win conditions, such as poisoning him with his white Pikmin or petrification.
Yeah, poison wouldn't do shit.
Resist due to his immunities in Super Mario RPG.
Not that like if it was more, but it's just like a teeny tiny stream of it.
Today, Piranha
Yep.
Plant is the winner and will be moving on to the next round of the Smash Bracket. Who will he fight? I got no clue what to do with him here. Being totally honest, send help.
We
Poor
never had
guy.
a clue. I don't even remember what was next. Oh, Marth versus Meta Knight.
Or is it Rob or Ike?
No, maybe it was
It's Ike.
Yeah, maybe it's Ike versus Richter then.
Oh, that's a good one. Ike versus Richter is interesting.
Ike versus Richter actually kind of goes really hard. Like we had Cliff on that, and Cliff is a really good 3D animator. He did a really good job with that one.
Write that down. No.
Credit scene?
Wait, did I miss one on the other one?
Nope. We didn't do them for all of them. I did. I animated this.
You really didn't want Olimar to be dead, huh?
I tried my best, man. But it's the bad ending, Olimar. So he like becomes a Pikmin, but he's still around.
That's still kind of cute though. Wait, what just happened? Why did that blow up?
Another story mode thing. It relates to another fight that's in the future.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
All right.
We had people doing like lore speculations in the Discord, and they would like keep tabs on everything that would happen in these things. It was always fun. It's always fun to see them theorize. There's a lot to be said about Red versus Ness, but the main thing is this is probably the one that we had the most animators on. I believe we had. I don't remember what number I told you, Plime, but I think at one point it was like 6 or 7 or 8. Like, we had so many different animators, sprite animators, and 2D animators you'll see in there, like, contribute to this episode one way or another. Just because the script was so freaking long. We didn't intend for it to be this long. We didn't intend for it to turn out this long. But one of the caveats of Bracket is that we didn't do storyboards. And so since we didn't do storyboards, we had a few problems with figuring out how long things would be on the front end. And it led to a few animations that we ended up spending way more money on than we needed to. Sure, it turned out fun. You'll see it. I think that this one's really fun. But, boy, we shouldn't have spent this much money on Red vs. Ness. Shouldn't have spent this much time on it. The pacing's a little weird. But, like, it's Red vs. Ness. And I think it's one of our best episodes for sure.
Didn't you say, and I can cut this if this is, like, something you never put out there, but didn't you say that this episode had 9 minutes of animation done that had to get cut down?
You can put this in because it's not like Patreon anymore.
Okay.
That's dissolved. Yeah, at one point it was 9.5 minutes long because of just everything that got added to it from the script. That once we put it in there, we were just like, the pacing on this is messy. It's so messy. None of it was badly animating. Like, none of it was badly animated. None of it was badly produced or written or anything like that. It was just so long that it made the pacing feel really, really strange and just unlike what the battle was supposed to be. And we bit off way more than we could chew. And we knew that, and then we went in and cut it down. But it's still one of our longest sprite animations.
I can't wait. Big Pokemon guy. I'm playing through Mother 3 right now.
And I hope you like it. I really hope you like this. We tried to stick as close to the original canon Ness as we could and not just like use his Smash stuff.
Thank God. I'm just gonna say that.
You're welcome. You're welcome.
I love Noah, and I'll never shit talk Noah. Never talk to him, really personally. But if you know who I'm talking about, which I
know
you
Noah.
do,
Well,
the guy
I
who
know
runs
of Noah.
Fan Battle.
Yeah, I know of him.
But he used Smash stuff when he did Frisk versus Ness, and I immediately was like, no. But anyways, let's start this. It's 30 minutes. We got till 9.
Red from Pokemon and Ness from Earthbound. I'm Ink, and this is Smash Bracket. The show
I hope you're ready.
every playable
Is this?
player from Super
This
Smash
is. Oh, I need to let you know this. This is a nice little interesting fact.
And with that said, let's
Nervous
get right
Nick
into it.
animated
Our
this.
first fighter for today, Red.
I was about to say this seems different.
They look up at the stars.
Sorry, he edited this. Nervous Nick edited this.
I figured what you mean. That's awesome though. I love that guy.
You'll see it. You'll be able to tell. Some of it kind of rings of old Death Battle. There are some weird edits in here. You'll see. Like, there's a few cursed things that he put in here.
You saw my relationship with that was clean as fuck.
I know.
You saw my relationship with Death Battle video. You know I was a huge Screw Attack guy beforehand.
Me too, man.
Let me tell you, the deplorable guy I talked about, that wasn't Nervous Nick.
Oh no, yeah.
He seems like such a
Nervous Nick
sweetheart.
does great work. I believe, dude, Nick is amazing. He was so great to work with. He was so cool. Like, look at this. This just looks like Death Battle. You know?
Yeah.
It's the clean edits, nice masking. It just looks really good.
There probably won't be any animated like comic panels or anything like that, but it's still really good.
We'll see.
Ooh, does he do that? I thought that was a DJ thing.
It's definitely more of a DJ thing, but he's kind of picked that up from DJ. I believe there are a few motion graphics in here. I don't quote me, but I think there are. I recall a few.
So you're tight with Nervous Nick, got it.
Well, no, I'm not tight with Nervous Nick. I have spoken to him before, and Ink commissioned him one time for something. And then we didn't again because he's expensive and he deserves to get paid.
Fair enough. Sometimes someone's just worth what they're worth. You know what I mean?
I mean, yeah, he knows his worth. He's charging what he needs to.
I will say a lot of people in the community are very, very kind, and they don't charge full commissions for things because they're just helping each other out, right? But at the same time, y'all got bills to pay, and if you're this skilled, get paid what you need to get paid, dude.
Yeah, man. I mean, if you can, another thing that's worth looking at too is resume and like legacy. If you have edited several death battles, like classic era death battles, you can charge whatever you damn well please. It's up to us whether we can afford it.
It's also up to you whether it's worth it. You know what I mean? Like, if somebody is worth this much, do you think that's accurate? And if not, you just don't commission them.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, 100%. There's some of these visuals you can tell he cleaned up in post.
Yep.
Which is what I was mentioning before of like what I was like, oh, ink doesn't seem to be like cleaning up in post, but you can tell with this that the artwork is cleaned up.
For sure.
Editing is a lot bigger of a job than people think. I'm pretty bad at it, but I'm trying to get better.
I definitely can improve quite a bit. Like I'm a full-time editor for my full-time job. That's the office I'm in right now is my place of work. But like, it's always something I can improve at. And like, motion graphics are not like my strong suit or whatever. I've been trying to do more of them, but like, I see a lot of this stuff from DJ and from Max and from Nick and a lot of these really, really talented editors that I look up to that just, man, they high effort every bit of these things. They high effort all of these graphics and all of these little slick movements, the rotoscoping if they have to do that. Like, it's really impressive a lot of the time.
I mean, just look at Death Battle, for instance. You'll never see, like, a really bad quality frame in their animation. Or in their editing, sorry.
They're very selective. And they always do what they can to make sure that shit looks crisp.
And again, cleaning up in post, even if you can make something that typically doesn't look good, low quality, whatever, you can really clean that up and make it look good. It just takes a long time. I can't remember what video it was for, but there was one I experimented with doing that, and I think one scene took me like 6 hours.
Yeah,
it was one of my predictions.
Also, it can fly. Just wanted to
very silly. There's a cursed. You'll have a moment where you might even need to pause for a very cursed segment of the Ness portion of the Ness analyses. You're gonna know it when you see it.
Is it the naked Ness thing?
Nope, you're gonna know it when you see it.
Okay.
There's something that looks very old Death Battle.
So I'm glad they're using the manga, right? But I don't know if I would necessarily call that canon to the Red that's in Smash Bros.
I don't know, perhaps not.
I don't know, literally. I'm not saying like, oh, he's wrong, whatever. I legitimately don't know if that's the same character.
Well, you know of most people, I'm not the one to ask about it just because I don't know.
You're like, I just made it look good.
I just helped anime. I just helped move some pixels, dude. I'm just a guy who can't resize sprites.
I cannot honestly remember if this was his team in the end of the game, or in the end of Gold, or his team in the manga. I honestly can't remember.
I believe this is just his iconic ones or something like that.
Well, they gave him all 3 starters, which is I don't play new Pokemon. I have no fucking idea what I'm looking at. What the hell? I have to imagine most of this video is Red's analysis.
I would say so. I would say, yeah, I would say so. It's it's a lot. There's some motion graphics right there. Boom. Yeah, no, this, even just looking at this makes me nostalgic. It's so weird because now it makes me nostalgic for Bracket, but it also makes me nostalgic for old Death Battle. And it's like, it's such a weird, it's such a weird itch this is scratching right now.
Hey, you said you were feeling nostalgic. I gave you this idea. This is what you wanted to feel.
Yeah, I'm here for this, man. there's a part of me that misses Bracket all the time. There's a part of me that knows that it had to end. There's a part of me that thinks that it was good that it ended so that people could move on. But also, it was just one of the coolest work environments, and the people there were so great and kind, and the team just did a lot for me and for, I think, everybody on it. I think everybody got a lot out of it.
It's, speaking of the word bittersweet, it's got to be bittersweet, like what you're saying, right? Smash Bracket was something that was like so lovely and nice, but you felt like it needed to end for whatever reason, right? That wasn't actually that long. 8 minutes? That's not that bad.
Yeah, I think they were pretty even.
But I understanding something that needs to end, something you're really attached to, so you can move forward, but also knowing that maybe necessarily it's not stagnant. Maybe there's things you could do that could have made a difference and stuff like that. What is worth it in that terms? Who the hell is that?
That's Johnson. Yeah, I appreciate what you're saying about the show. It is a weird balance to strike. It really is. We'll probably dive more into that after the episode too as well, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Brackets
I know what it's like. The thing is, you know what I mean? I know what it's like to be a part of something you love so much, but know that you need to leave it in order to improve on yourself, or because of any other reason. And I know how heartbreaking that is. I won't cry, but like I know how it is.
I'll cry on camera and then broadcast it to thousands of people.
That's fucking nuts.
There's your first thing. Nick did that of his own volition. Nobody asked him for that.
Why did he do that?
He edited Ness onto Michael Scott's face for no damn reason at all. Nobody asked for that.
What I'm very curious about is, are you going to try, not you, I guess, but are they going to try and say that, they scale a Gygus, even though they couldn't harm him? That's what I'm really interested about.
I think a different feat is the main one that we lean on for Ness's higher scaling. I believe there is a feat involving the sun somewhere.
I swear to God, if you're like Death Battle and use a glitch for feats, I will cry.
I don't know exactly what it was, but I know that there's some sort of planetary argument that comes into play.
There's a glitch in the original Earthbound. Not original Earthbound, the Earthbound port on Game Boy, which made it so you were able to actually kill Gygus, which shouldn't happen.
No, it definitely wasn't that.
Okay. That's crazy artwork.
Oh yeah, there are some animated manga panels from the Earthbound manga that show up in here, and I believe that those have some like nice little motion graphic portions in there. I recall there's something with a yo-yo. There's some kind of yo-yo edit that I really liked.
Interesting that he calls it Psi and not PSI. I don't actually know how you would say it in English.
Yeah, he calls it Psi. Ness calls it Psi in the fight. Like, it's because it's short for psychic. No.
In a way.
Okay.
It's short for psycho. I have no idea if that was a botched take or if that was intentional.
It was probably both. You probably botched the take and just left it in.
Okay. I'm just very interested in how they're going to cover Ness because he's so divisive.
Yeah, it's bracket scaling. That's one thing.
And Handsome Tom? No Handsome Tom message. 0 out of 10. Bro, what's Charizard going to do when Ness brushes his teeth?
Great. We don't know. We'll have to see. I will say... Never mind. I won't say.
Yeah, don't spoil it.
No, I don't want to spoil it. You're right. You're right.
I'm still mad that you spoiled that Miles won that last death battle.
I very, very intentionally did not do that.
Franklin badge, let's fucking go!
Yeah, dude.
half of Red's team can't do shit now.
You're right.
There's an Earthbound stage play? Is that what I'm looking
There's
at?
an, I believe so. It's either a stage play or it was like a short film, short thing for. We'd have to look.
It's so interesting to play the original Mother and see that the idea of Magic Hand is so different. Because in the original Earthbound, everyone essentially has their own Magic Hand, right?
Mm-hmm.
And the one you're in isn't Nintendo's Magic Hand, it's actually someone else. An old woman.
I was just gonna say I'm such a fraud because like I love JRPGs, and Earthbound is like one of the ones, and I have not played it.
That's crazy. It's so good.
I need to. I haven't yet.
Do you know the idea behind Gygus? Do they go over it at all? Like why he's so creepy and why he resembles a fetus?
Gygus is like a. Isn't he like an otherworldly force that isn't ever described?
In the original game, he's an alien.
Okay.
And you kill him as Ninten, and then later, I think the idea is that he's essentially getting revived, and you're trying to stop him from being revived because you know it's the end of the world. But the idea behind Gygus, because in the fight, he's saying things like it hurts so good and stuff like that, is because the guy who wrote the game, Shigesato Itoi, he saw a murder scene that he had mistaken. How do I say this? He had mistaken the murder scene as a sexual assault scene, and because of that, he had based Gygus on that, which is why he keeps saying fucked up things like it hurts so good, and why it resembles a fetus. After you beat him.
I do recall this now. I heard this somewhere. It's some sort of it's basically trauma incarnate, no? And how it has revealed itself to in that way, right?
Yeah, essentially.
Yeah, that's some fucked up shit for sure.
It's crazy that that's in a fucking kids game.
Yeah, but like everybody remembers it. There's a
Correct.
reason this game's so iconic. It's because it really sticks with you because that's some really fucked up shit. Art is sometimes meant to be uncomfortable, and you know.
Why do you think Berserk is considered one of the best things ever
Exactly,
created?
yeah.
It's uncomfortable. It makes you feel bad a lot of the time, but it's so good.
Yeah, for sure.
Who did that? You?
It wasn't me. It was Eves. Eves. One of our hand-drawn animators and artists. Oh, there's behind the scenes with Levi. It's all blurred out.
Ooh, I would love to watch those, but they're still behind a paywall. So
I can link you. I can link you several. I'm gonna do a long play at some point. I'm gonna do like a full long play of like all of them and just upload to my channel. Ink already gave me permission. I just gotta do it. All right, here we go. The notorious Red versus Ness.
Are you the guys that made Gengar versus King Boo?
Yep, that's us.
Okay, I remember that animation from a while ago. Is that Paula?
Yep, that's Paula.
What'd you get for that?
I don't recall. I don't know who we got for Ness either, but she does a really, really good job.
I'm really counting on you.
Okay.
Not quite.
Ooh, hand drawn.
My friend Trey did this.
Kind of got a big face, but that's okay.
Sonics did that.
It's lonely at the top, isn't it, Red?
On our lonely throne.
I don't know if I'm just really dramatic. That's always how I saw Red's story. He became the best and it became lonely.
Yeah. Oh man, I believe Adriel did this scene. Oh my gosh, it fucks so hard. It's really good.
Oh my goodness, what the hell?
Every Pokemon gets a moment. Every Pokemon gets a moment.
That's why it's still like 6 minutes.
Yep.
I was gonna say, to be fair, he should be able to see through this with his Sigh.
What I
What?
love so much about this. There we go.
I knew it. I was like,
What I
it's
love so
coming.
much about this is that Ness is treated as a fucking powerhouse. He's treated as like the powerhouse of the protagonist that he actually is, and it's like almost scary.
That's true. And it's funny because he's not even really the powerhouse in
Look at
his
this. Look at this
party.
shit. Look at this shit. Real quick.
That's really clean. Who did this?
Adriel.
That's really clean.
Oh, I forgot I
Ooh.
voiced Red because he has very little like voice lines, and so I just stepped in and voiced Red.
I appreciate you guys
remember
did
you-
that.
Oh, I did that shot. Oh, I did these shots.
Ooh, I think I know what the trend is going. There we go. I knew it.
Oh, this was when I had to animate water, and I didn't know how. But I still think that this kind of turned out a bit hype. I really think this. I don't know. I love Red versus Ness.
What's funny is that you did things exactly how I would have. Established the idea of Pokemon versus Earthbound, and then add the Earthbound idea of having multiple enemies fight one person.
Yeah.
So it's like a true crossover now. Now they're following both games' mechanics. Would Red fight like this? No, but that's okay.
Reflect. I forgot how much I love this animation.
It's so good, dude. Oh, Charizard already.
This is Omega. Omega did these scenes right here.
Huh. Fake. He's not using the fucking yo-yo, and he's not missing every single... Nice.
The dragon transformation.
Oh, teleport? Although I will argue that the teleport isn't usually back-to-back in the game. You usually have to run in a circle.
Oh yeah, don't worry. Ink told us that we had to do that if he was going to teleport. It happens later.
Okay.
Yeah, we do it like a truthful version of it later. You'll see.
I feel like me and Ink truly are on the same wavelength sometimes.
Oh, dude, he was so specific with how he wanted things done. I think this is Adriel again. This is Origin, isn't it? I believe this is Origin. Yeah, this is Origin.
Did they heal up?
I think so.
I guess he does have revives and shit.
Oh,
The combination of the powers.
Yep.
That looks like the same sprite they used in the Battle Royale.
I think it is.
Lapras is just getting thrown around by everyone. I dig it.
Oh, fucking Red versus Ness.
We've seen Blastoise, we've seen Venusaur, we've seen Espeon, Lapras, Snorlax.
Snorlax throws hands, and I think that's funny.
Blastoise. He does in the comics, to be fair, the manga.
This is Adriel. I think it's Adriel. And this is Trey.
Aww. Use max potion on yourself, brother. With no orders, it's going to be Pokemon versus Digimon all over again.
Whoa, we broke the 180 there. Why did we do that?
Yeah.
Then Omega's doing this.
I don't know where I learned that, but I learned that somewhere, and I was like, yeah, that makes sense. The 180 rule.
Yeah.
I think this would be crazy if Ness loses. Just pray, Ness. Oh, wait, no, that's a Paula
Then
thing.
back to Levi. This is me again.
You're complimenting Origin like you're not actually one-upping him here.
I love my friend Origin, man. There you go, teleport.
Where'd Venusaur go?
He teleported him somewhere else. He BFR'd him.
Yeah, that shield is no joke. I don't know what he said there, but it sounded like Psy fuck you.
Rockin'.
Oh, Psy Rockin'.
I love this ending. This ending's really sweet.
He should be happy that he got beaten. That is the red way.
Straight up, this might be a serious contender for one of my favorite sprite animations.
Okay, we'll acknowledge that then, I guess. I'm sure people had a problem with that, but it doesn't really matter.
I will say, I feel like you can roughly, I would say that the versus community would generally agree about this.
Well, what I mean is,
Like,
like, treating all of them as one. Because the idea is, like, it doesn't really matter if the other ones have a lower stat. As the highest stat one doesn't match up, then the other stats don't matter. But I'm sure people would be like, well, my dad works at Nintendo.
And he knows.
He knows. Better than you. I love Pokemon Origins. They have a Lavender Town episode where he actually has a white hand. Ren has a white hand on his shoulder, and I'm like, that's a good detail.
I've seen it. I've seen the episode. I guess that white hand on your shoulder isn't real either, huh?
I do agree with this outcome as well, by the way.
Oh yeah, I mean Ness beats Red, I would say, and I think the versus community would probably agree with that because Ness gets like fucking crazy if you scale him with death battle rules. And Bracket, I would say, nerfs a lot of characters like way down to their basics most of the time. So if Bracket gets him high, I imagine Death Battle scales him pretty high.
To be fair, Death Battle set the standard, right? Like, they were like the first people who did things like this.
Which is why it's met with a little bit of, it's met with some pushback whenever you try to use a different rule set. It's met with a bit of like, well, this is not how it's done on my one show that I really like, that I always watch, so why isn't it done this way here? It's like, well, it's a different rule set.
I think for having a lot of scenes cut, that seemed really cohesive.
I'm glad you I'm glad you think so, because I mean, the pacing could have been tightened up so much. But, I mean, just because it's so fucking long, you know what I mean? It's long, so it automatically is just a little bit much. But, I mean, it's pretty fun. All the animators, I think, did a really good job, and it's a fun episode.
If you happen to have or ever find the full animation, send that shit to me.
I believe I have the BTS video that has it. This also has a post-credit scene.
Min versus Little Mac. Hell yeah, that's what I would have guessed. The two boxers.
Mac versus Min Min is also a really fun one.
A few days later, Red's head is on a fucking pike. No, he turned him into a constant. Is that Crash Bandicoot? No, that's Banjo.
Yep. Oh, you're right. It's Banjo. I agreed too fast.
Jirachi?
I think that's the wish spirit, right?
I don't got a fucking clue. Red does talk in the manga. I'm surprised you guys didn't have him talk here. No fucking shot you did that.
Original music, by the way.
Is this to hype up story mode?
Yeah.
Pathetic.
That wouldn't have done anything either, but that's fine.
All of you shall kneel. Whether you die now or later has no importance to me.
Did you get the original Ansem voice actor on that? What the fuck?
I wish you to show me who possesses true power.
Mewtwo. Got it. That's it?
That's it.
It's Mewtwo, right? I have a feeling I saw that.
No,
that's
no.
the most-
That Morse code says Dragmire. Because this was after Sephiroth already killed Mewtwo.
Oh, I was gonna say
The Morse
Sephiroth. I'm
code.
pretty sure bodies Mewtwo.
Yeah. He killed Mewtwo, but the Morse code says Dragmire, which is Ganondorf.
Oh, I wonder who wins that one.
Because true power. He's after the Triforce of Power, basically.
Oh, Paula's dead. Just straight up, she's fucked.
Yeah,
right?
Paula just dies. She fucking dies. That was gonna be one of the like deaths that last. A lot of deaths in bracket lasted. That was one of them.
The craziest thing about... I'm going to actually look at some of these comments. And fights, Ness wouldn't kill any Pokemon or red unless... Okay. Sorry, I'm interested. If you
No,
want
it's
the
okay.
real criticisms, you got to go far down.
Yeah.
You gotta go far down. I want to see shit talk.
I
Dragmire,
wanna
fucking
see shit.
Gandor Dragmire, you clever man. Jirachi took that wish super literally. Okay. It seems like everyone likes this.
I would say that this is one of like our best received episodes. I remember when people would like make tier lists and stuff. This one was one of the ones that was always like an A or S tier.
I'm gonna have it play in the background while we go over some stuff, so it's not just
Cool,
on
yeah.
a static screen. And
Yeah,
so
like
I
any
can-
questions or anything that you like have about the series or about the process or like whatever you think.
I think it's interesting. The question, if I were making this, ooh, voice crack. If I were making this, right, I would have at least I didn't even notice him come in like that before. I would have been thinking about like where things were headed and where things were going, right? It seems like you guys didn't have a necessary end. Oh, he left his yo-yo back there. That's why he doesn't use it during the fight. Okay. But it's also like you call it a bracket, right? Like it's like they're moving forward in the bracket, but we don't actually see a bracket, right?
Well, no, yeah, you would have seen a bracket. Like there would have been a round one where all the characters fight each other once. Then there would have been a round two where it's halved, and each of those characters fight each other, et cetera, until you get to two. The two that are the most powerful that have gotten through the rest of the bracket, and it's a big tournament style. So that's why we can't necessarily plan ahead. We don't know what seasons two's matchups looked like because we didn't know who would survive. We didn't know who would win these episodes quite yet because we only ever worked on like a handful of episodes at one time.
So I'm starting to understand why you guys had so many people on the team at once trying to get as many videos, because this sounds like something. Well, not saying like it'd take forever, based on like you want it to last a long time, right? Like you don't want it to be something where it's like finite.
Yeah, it would just take a long time. It's not necessarily because we want it to. It's more so out of necessity. There's a lot of characters here, a lot of characters with their own story, and if we actually want to do right by every single one of them and tell their stories and try and make them as in character as possible, it's just going to take a lot of fucking time and a lot of money and a lot of animation, and it's necessary if you want to do it the right way.
Let me do some math real quick. How many characters are in Smash Ultimate? How many characters are in
70,
Smash
right?
Ultimate?
70, right?
89.
Or are there more than 89?
Oh.
Okay, well I was way off.
It's possible. I'm gonna say 89, but to get everyone fights each other, right?
Yeah, no. We match the characters up. You match the characters up with each other. Like, this character fights this character, one of them wins, and one continues.
Okay.
Like, one of them wins, and that one continues. And then the losers just aren't in the bracket anymore. They can still show up if they didn't die, but like they're not in the bracket. They're not like a contender for the strongest character in all of Super Smash Bros. Anymore.
So they can still show up, but it doesn't really matter to the overall ending of the series.
Yeah, like good example. Good example. Red in this episode did not get killed, so he was planned for like just to show up in the rest of the episodes. Mewtwo gets killed in his episode. He gets fucking chopped to pieces by Sephiroth. So he's not showing up unless somebody like revives him or something. Again, it's just a story that was so fluid and evolved so much just based on the matchups, based on the research, and based off who won. It would have been impossible to plan that far ahead.
That's very interesting.
Yeah,
I guess
it's a lot of fun.
I guess the last thing, if you wanted to touch about it, because you brought this up earlier, is like, because I don't want to say it died, because I feel like that's not necessarily accurate. It just ended, right? Like there was other factors other than the show, like just not being able to continue, that made the show end.
There were a lot of factors to it, yeah. I would say that it was not sustainable. I think rather than it dying was that it was not sustainable. And if it didn't die, then it was having trouble staying afloat and alive. So I think that with so many animators, with so many things to maintain, so many researchers, so many people that had to get paid, such a huge money sink, this is just too much for one person's income to handle. This project is so fucking ambitious, and I do respect the hell out of Ink for taking it as far as he did. But let me be very clear. Whenever I heard Bracket was ending, I was not. There was no thought in my mind of, oh, I can continue it. I can do it by myself. No, fuck no. I know that I can't handle this thing. And I think that says a lot about Ink as a creator and Ink as, the lead guy behind all of this, that he was able to actually tackle this ambitious idea and go with it for as long as we did. We had a great team. It was a great time. We all learned a lot. And, eventually we had to move on, but that's okay. We're all doing bigger, better things now. And, we're all excited for the future, I think.
I would say that's a pretty accurate assessment of everything. I don't know. I kind of feel the same way you do, because at one hand, I just found out this existed, right? Like not trying to sound like I have a deep history with this idea, because I don't. I heard that I heard of you through D-Light, probably my best friend in the community. And then he was like, he does some animation. I reached out to you. That's I didn't know about the show. I didn't know about your Why It's Perfect videos. I didn't know anything about you, really. But just looking at these 3 episodes here, I'm looking at it, I'm like, there's something. No other Versus show, and I'm going to include Max's, or I don't know what other one of good quality I could like this level of quality that can really compare it to, because this is different. There is multiple animators, you got hand drawn, you got 3D, you got story, you got all this extra stuff that nobody really touches upon. And for me, it's like I just found out it existed, and I hate that it's done. It's like Berserk. Sure. It's like Berserk is such a wonderful thing, and I'm so glad I can go towards it, watch it, whatever. But it's not. It won't end. It's just how it is, and it's really sad.
Yeah, and I think it's really important just to take Bracket at face value, take it as it is, and see how far we took it. Just with the with what we were given, with the cards we were dealt, and with the team that we built. I think that it is so impressive on a team standard that the team was able to work together to get all of this shit going and keep it going for as long as it did, because it's a level of quality you just don't see very much, just because not a lot of people think like this as far as running a Versus show. Not a lot of people have this mindset to go about doing things. Not a lot of people, I would say, generally are this professional about it, just because Bracket was a business. We had a business account for it. We had, like I said, they always kept track of their books. it was really officially ran for the time being. I was on their fucking payroll. I mean, come on.
Yeah.
It's the most official thing that I've seen in the versus community that's not death battle. And I hope that there's something else that comes out like that can top it. But so far, man, I consider this the second best versus show.
I would probably agree with that. And there's one thing I do want to focus on, a thing you've said multiple times here that was my first question when I started doing my stuff. And you always say, like, oh, we don't do things like Death Battle in terms of research, in terms of, telling the story in your animation. And I think that's what's really important to make something like this stand out, is, like, you don't want to just copy them. A lot of people just kind of, like, do their same formula. And there are similarities, right? Like the way you analyze and stuff like that, but the way you come to conclusions on your math is different. The stories you tell are inherently different. The fact that it is a true crossover, but there's still an overarching story is different. The way you even go about animating in the teams that you run and how it's run is completely different. You're not trying to be Death Battle. This was its own thing before it was trying to be another Death Battle. And I think that's, for me at least, is what makes it stand out. Regardless, I mean, you got Nervous Nick editing, so, like, it's a little like Death Battle sometimes, but that's okay.
It very much came into its own. It very much became its own thing. People were making fan Smash Bracket scripts, fan Smash Bracket thumbnails, and like it. We had our own legitimate community. We had our little slice of the versus community that was not as big as Death Battles, but we didn't care because we were having such a great time, and we enjoyed working on the series. We enjoyed enjoying it with the community and being a part of the community and talking with them and interacting. I mean, man, it was so special, and it is the closest I have gotten to, feeling like. It's the closest I've gotten to feeling like, okay, yeah, I am content with my place in the versus community, and I can do this for a long time. But now that bracket's over, I've got my sights set on something a little bigger.
And that bigger thing is what we will work towards. But
it'll happen.
It's 9:00 now. I know you gotta go. But it was fun having you here.
Man, yeah, I appreciate it. Is there any closing thoughts that you want to add, or that you think I should add, or whatever beforehand? Because, like, I'm down to see this through if it only takes a couple more minutes.
I really, I said my initial thoughts. I think the animations are really good. You thought I was gonna clown on you for some of the animations, and I'm sure if I was more knowledgeable, I could probably point out more errors or, like, things that look a little janky. But for me, as a consumer, of someone who watches these animations all the time, these are probably better than most of the other versus shows I've seen. Even when you have restrictions like Olimar versus Piranha Plant, even when you have restrictions like that, you still somehow manage to, like, I'm sure you probably drew your own frames in there. Like, I've seen a bunch of animators do that. When they need a specific angle, they'll draw their freaking angle. I'm sure you've done that before.
Yeah, it's always cool.
It looks professional. It looks really clean. You can argue that it doesn't look as good as Death Battle, but I think what you guys do a little bit, and maybe this is controversial, but I think what you guys do a little bit better is the way the scripts are written in terms of trait of abilities. Death Battle does have nice trait of abilities, don't get me wrong, but it looks like when Ink or whoever writes the script, they'll have the list of abilities, they'll have, like, here's what I really want to see, and before they even think about scripting it, they look at the other person and they're like, now what trades off? Let's go through the list. All right, now what trade off do we have?
There's a bit in Joker versus Snake, which Joker versus Snake I'd say is one of our weaker episodes overall, but there's a bit in Joker versus Snake that is just such a great character moment where Joker is firing his gun, and Snake, because he is a weapons expert, sees that it is an airsoft gun, and it stops becoming a real gun because it's in the metaverse, and his cognition changes right there, and he says, your gun is fake, and Joker's gun stops working because it's like a cognitive, it's in his cognition now that gun doesn't work. It's just like, such a fucking specific little character moment, and Bracket is sprinkled with so many fun little things like that.
I think it's funny you say that because it's either in one of my cast videos or something I said in the Discord. There was a Joker opponent, or not Joker. It was one of the other Persona cast opponent where I was like, well, this person knows what guns are. If they saw that gun, it would be fake. So wouldn't that mean it's not real? And it was more just like a question of like, is that how it works? But the fact that you just said that, it makes me think like, oh, okay, it's not just me
Yeah,
that thinks like this. Although
for
it
sure.
wasn't
Yeah,
Snake versus Joker. I wasn't thinking of that.
yeah, yeah. It was such a fun little thing, and like I said, Bracket's just sprinkled with cute little character moments like that, where it's just like, oh, I never thought they would interact that way, or I never thought the abilities would like bounce off each other like that. It's just Bracket is like if you took versus debating and just like the highest end of fan fiction. And then Subspace Emissary, and it had a big old baby. It's messy sometimes, but it is so much fun.
Do you have any final thoughts to talk about?
Uh, Man, I would just say like if you're passionate about working on something, if you're passionate about animating or doing art or editing or whatever, and you want to get better at it, I mean, please keep doing it. Don't give up on it. Even if something bad like this happens where you're a part of something bigger and it ends, that doesn't mean you have to stop working. That doesn't mean you have to stop doing what you love. And I I hope that the work that we did at Bracket gave some people some solace and some people some inspiration to go out and do bigger, better things, because I know it did for us.
And I'm sure you all learned too. But again, you're all going to bigger, better things. Especially you, Levy. I'll let people.
Levi.
Levi.
Yes.
Levi. Oh god.
You did the thing.
I did
I'm
the
telling you,
thing.
everybody does it. I'm telling you, everybody does it. It's like the genes are like Attack on Titan.
um, but yeah, everyone's still doing bigger, better things. Just because one thing ends doesn't mean things stop. I've experienced that in my own life, including things that you are passionate about, like without like something you never want to lose. Sometimes that ends, but there's always a way to move forward. There's always a way to be creative. There's always a way to get better at what you do, even if your initial outlet is gone. And I'm glad to see all your animators, and Ink himself. Again, I don't know Ink, but you told me he was like writing a book, and I think that's really cool. You're all doing things that you're really passionate about, and I think that's worth respecting, honestly.
Yeah, I won't say too much about Ink because like I have he's got his own private life, but man, he's a homeowner, he's got kids, he's got a wife, he's writing a book, and he is doing really well. And I still text him every once in a while. Ink's doing really well, and I'm glad that people still talk about him, still watch our stuff, and are still wondering what's going on.
I think that's a good place to end it, though. We've been going for over 2 hours. Oh my god!
I know. We can yap. No,
I have
fun.
a
I had a great
feeling.
time.
I have a feeling if me and you were to do something like this, like let's say a podcast where it's literally no topic, let's just like riff off each other. I think we can go 4 or 5 hours, honestly.
Dude,
Just
I'd be
after talking to
a
you.
menace. I'd be a menace on Fan Battle. I'd be such a menace on Fan Battle.
We got to get you on one.
I mean, fuck, if you want to ask him, I just don't know what I would do other than like light versus white or something because I'm that guy. But like, I don't know what other one that I would do. But shit, here, I better end the recording. I'm gonna end the video on my end.
Yeah,
But,
I'll do my little like thank you for watching. Whatever. I hope you guys enjoy what we have here. It was very different. It was very experimental. I'm gonna cut this down as much as I can. We were talking most of the time, but if there's like white noise, I can just get rid of it, make it a little more digestible. And go subscribe to Levi, the channel Levitation. I'll have it linked in the comments below. He's a really good guy. Great for asking advice for. And he's got some really interesting videos I think you'd like. Anyways, have a good one.